Noah Brown's shocking revelations about Alaskan Bush People have sent ripples through the fanbase as he exposes the hidden truths behind the show. With his candid comments, the curtain has been pulled back, revealing a far more complex and troubling story than viewers were led to believe. These untold secrets shed new light on the Brown family's off-grid lifestyle and the controversial behind-the-scenes reality, leaving many questioning everything they thought they knew about the beloved series. And it's bad, very bad. The Fabricated Wilderness: How Alaskan Bush People Created an Illusion. When Alaskan Bush People first aired on the Discovery Channel in 2014, it captivated audiences with a seemingly authentic tale of a family surviving against the harsh wilderness. The Brown family, led by patriarch Billy Brown, was introduced as a self-sufficient clan who had rejected modern civilization in favor of a rugged, isolated lifestyle. From the very first episode, the show was marketed as a rare glimpse into the life of true survivalists, sparking fascination and curiosity from viewers. But as the years went on, cracks began to show in this carefully crafted narrative, leading many to question, was Alaskan Bush People ever truly real, or was it an elaborate television creation? And if the latter is true, why did it resonate so strongly with audiences? One of the biggest appeals of Alaskan Bush People was its promise of an alternative way of life. In an age where people felt increasingly disconnected from nature and overwhelmed by technology, the Browns represented something many only dreamed about: total independence. The idea that an entire family could survive without the conveniences of modern society struck a chord with viewers who longed for simpler times. But the deeper appeal of the show wasn't just about survival, it was about family. Unlike other wilderness shows that focused on lone adventurers or short-term challenges, Alaskan Bush People presented the idea of a large family, not only enduring but thriving together in an unforgiving landscape. The bonds between the Browns, despite their quirks and struggles, made audiences feel invested in their journey. As the show gained popularity, skepticism began to emerge. While the Browns were portrayed as isolated homesteaders who had spent decades in the wilderness, inconsistencies started to surface. Viewers with knowledge of Alaska pointed out that the family often appeared in locations that were far from truly remote. Reports began to surface that the Browns had at times lived in regular homes or had access to modern conveniences that were never shown on screen. This led to speculation that Alaskan Bush People was more reality television than reality itself. Some industry insiders suggested that the show had been carefully structured from the beginning, casting the Browns not as actual off-grid survivalists, but as a relatable family willing to play the role for television. Despite these doubts, the show's success continued to grow. Part of this was due to the compelling storytelling techniques used by reality TV producers: dramatic music, carefully edited footage, and suspenseful cliffhangers that kept audiences coming back for more. Even if the truth of the Browns' lifestyle was in question, the narrative was still deeply engaging. Another key factor in the show's success was the network behind it. Discovery Channel had a long history of crafting hit reality shows centered around survival. Survivormen Naked and Afraid and Blue Collar Work Deadliest Catch Gold Rush. They knew how to take everyday people and turn into compelling TV personalities. With Alaskan Bush, People Discovery doubled down on its formula marketing the Browns as one of the most extreme examples of self-reliance. The network provided stunning cinematography of the Alaskan landscape, reinforcing the idea that the family was braving one of the harshest environments on Earth. But was it all just for show? As the seasons progressed, audiences started noticing inconsistencies. For a family that supposedly lived miles away from civilization, the Browns often seemed suspiciously well-groomed. Equipment that should have been difficult to acquire in the wild frequently appeared in their hands. Even their dramatic struggles, such as building a new home or hunting for food, felt oddly timed, as if they had been planned to fit within the show's production schedule. When rumors surfaced that the Browns weren't truly living full-time in the wild, the internet began to dig deeper. Online forums and investigative reports questioned everything from the legitimacy of their financial struggles to the accuracy of their backstory. The more people looked, the more Alaskan Bush People started to seem like a carefully constructed fantasy. And yet, despite the mounting controversy, the show continued to thrive. Perhaps the biggest question surrounding Alaskan Bush People wasn't whether it was real. It was why people still tuned in, even when they suspected it wasn't. The answer likely lies in the emotional investment viewers had made in the Brown family. By the time doubts arose, audiences had already spent years watching the children grow up, witnessing their struggles, and rooting for their successes. Even if the lifestyle wasn't as authentic as it seemed, fans still cared about the Browns as people. Additionally, reality television had long blurred the lines between truth and entertainment. Many fans acknowledged that Alaskan Bush People might be exaggerated, but they were willing to suspend disbelief because they enjoyed the story. Just as professional wrestling fans accept that matches are scripted, but still cheer for their favorite wrestlers, reality TV viewers often engage with shows knowing that not everything is as it seems. Family feuds and hidden agendas, the internal conflicts that shaped the Browns' lives. Beyond the rustic survival narrative that captivated audiences, Noah Brown's revelations expose a family fraught with internal tension. On screen, the Browns projected unity, working together to tackle the challenges of their so-called bush life. But off-screen, feuds and power struggles were brewing conflicts that would eventually seep into the public eye. Then, Noah Brown had a public meltdown that seemed to confirm what some had merely suspected it was all for the cameras. In an outburst while interacting with a fan, he blurted out, "I can't keep the secret anymore," and proceeded to tell everyone the real truth about the show. Noah has hinted at financial disputes that divided the family, with accusations that patriarch Billy Brown tightly controlled the show's earnings. While fans once believed the Browns were scraping by with minimal resources, reports suggest the family was earning substantial paychecks. This revelation sparked outrage, with many questioning the ethics of a multi-million-dollar family, portraying themselves as destitute. One Facebook comment read, "I donated money to their struggles. If I had known they were rich, I never would have." Beyond money, Noah suggests that some family members resented the growing demands of fame. While the show initially sold itself as an intimate family-driven survival tale, it quickly became a global phenomenon, thrusting the Browns into the spotlight. Some of the siblings reportedly struggled with the pressure, leading to conflicts behind the scenes. Noah's claims of heated arguments between family members have prompted speculation online, with fans analyzing past episodes for clues. Looking back, you can see the tension one fan theorized on a YouTube breakdown video. The way some of them interact, it's obvious something was off. The biggest shock for fans, however, is the suggestion that some members of the family wanted out, but felt trapped by contracts and obligations. If true, this revelation reframes the entire show, transforming it from an inspiring tale of wilderness survival into a grim narrative of individuals forced to maintain a false reality for the sake of. The question now remains how much of the Brown family's drama was genuine and how much was manufactured for TV. As fans grapple with these revelations, one thing is certain: Alaskan Bush People will never be viewed the same way again. The Great Divide. How Noah's revelations drove a wedge in the family. As Noah Brown's bombshell revelations ripple through the Alaskan Bush People fanbase, the biggest fallout may be within the Brown family itself. While Noah has been outspoken about the fabricated aspects of the show and the family's internal conflicts, other members have either remained silent or subtly pushed back against his claims. This has left fans wondering, is Noah exposing the truth, or is he the outcast of the Brown clan? Viewers have taken to social media to dissect Noah's motives, with some supporting his candidness and others accusing him of betrayal. Noah is finally saying what we all suspected, one Reddit user commented, while another countered he's just bitter and trying to cash in on controversy. Some fans are particularly skeptical of Noah's willingness to air family secrets, questioning why he stayed silent while the show was still running. Others, however, see him as a whistleblower, bravely revealing the reality behind a carefully controlled narrative. The Brown family's own reactions have been telling. While none have explicitly denounced Noah, their cryptic social media posts suggest an unspoken tension. Bear Brown recently posted, "Family is everything. Loyalty matters," which many interpreted as a veiled jab at Noah. Meanwhile, Rain Brown shared a photo of herself in deep thought, with the caption, "Silence is sometimes the loudest response." These ambiguous messages have only fueled speculation, with fans debating whether the family is rallying against Noah behind closed doors. The show itself depicted the Browns as an unbreakable unit, bound together by their love for the wilderness. But Noah's revelations have cracked that illusion, showing a fractured family grappling with fame, money, and personal ambition. Some fans believe that Noah's decision to speak out may permanently sever his ties with certain family members, while others wonder if his revelations are part of a larger plan to reinvent himself outside of the Alaskan Bush People legacy. Regardless of the family's stance, one thing is clear: the cracks in the Brown family's unity are now too deep to ignore. Whether Noah is a truth-teller or a troublemaker, he has reshaped the public's perception of the Brown clan, and there may be no going back. The money mystery. How wealth changed the Browns behind the scenes. One of the most shocking revelations Noah has hinted at is the Browns' financial situation. For years, Alaskan Bush people depicted the family as struggling to survive off the land, bartering for supplies, and crafting makeshift tools to stay afloat. Fans believed the Browns were a humble, hard-working clan living off nature's bounty, but behind the scenes the reality was vastly different. Noah's claims suggest that the Browns weren't just surviving, they were thriving financially. According to reports, Billy Brown, the family's patriarch, had a net worth estimated to be in the millions at the time of his passing. This revelation has enraged longtime fans who feel misled by the show's portrayal of the family as destitute. "They made us think they were living on scraps, but they were millionaires," one furious Twitter user wrote. Others pointed out inconsistencies in the show, noting how the Browns always seemed to have access to expensive equipment, despite their supposed financial struggles. The show's financial structure has also come under scrutiny. It's rumored that Billy controlled the family's earnings, distributing money as he saw fit. Some fans now speculate that this power dynamic may have fueled tensions between the siblings, particularly those who felt they weren't getting their fair share. The idea that some members of the Brown family may have been financially dependent on Billy, and by extension, the show adds another layer to the growing controversy. These financial revelations have also led to comparisons with other reality TV families. Fans have drawn parallels between the Browns and the Duggars from 19 Kids, and counting another family that carefully curated an image of simplicity and faith while secretly amassing wealth. It's the same story over and over. Reality TV families sell this underdog narrative, but behind the scenes they're living like celebrities. One fan commented on a YouTube breakdown video. As more details emerge, fans are beginning to question how much of Alaskan Bush people was ever real. Were the Browns truly struggling pioneers, or were they carefully crafting an illusion of hardship for ratings? And if Noah Brown's claims are true, what other secrets remain buried beneath the surface? With these shocking financial revelations, Alaskan Bush People is no longer just a survival show. It's now a mystery, with fans determined to uncover the truth. The lawsuits and legal drama that almost brought everything down. While Alaskan Bush People portrayed the Brown family as rugged survivalists living off the land, their off-camera reality involved more than just staged scenes. It included legal battles that nearly shattered the show's facade. Over the years, the Browns have faced multiple legal troubles, some of which Noah Brown has subtly referenced in his recent revelations. One of the most infamous legal cases involved Billy Brown and his son Bam Bam, who were charged with fraud in relation to Alaska's Permanent Fund Dividend (PFD). The fund provides annual payments to state residents, but the Browns were accused of falsely claiming residency while actually living outside of Alaska. The scandal led to fines, probation, and even brief jail time for some family members. When this news first broke, fans were stunned. How could a family so deeply connected to the Alaskan wilderness be caught up in such a scandal? For many, this was the first crack in the show's carefully curated image. In the wake of Noah's revelations, some fans are revisiting this legal drama with a fresh perspective. Could it be that the Browns weren't just misleading authorities, but also their viewers? Many are now questioning whether the fraud case was an isolated incident or part of a larger pattern of deception. Some have even speculated that financial pressures from the show itself may have played a role in these missteps. But the legal troubles don't end there. Other reported disputes involve unpaid debts, land ownership issues, and behind-the-scenes conflicts with the production team. Rumors have surfaced that some former crew members considered taking legal action against the family due to unsafe filming conditions or misleading contracts. If true, this could further unravel the myth of the Browns as a self-sufficient independent clan. Noah's decision to bring up these past controversies has left fans divided. While some believe he's simply setting the record straight, others wonder if he has his own motivations for dredging up old scandals. Some speculate that his growing distance from the family has made him more willing to expose their flaws, while others suspect that he may be preparing to launch his own media project, using these revelations as a way to gain attention. Regardless of his motivations, Noah's comments have reignited discussions about the Browns' true legacy. Were they victims of legal misunderstandings, or were they knowingly manipulating the system for financial gain? As more fans dive into court records and past reports, the truth behind Alaskan Bush People continues to grow more complicated and far less wholesome than it once seemed. What's next for Noah and the Brown family? Now that Noah Brown has pulled back the curtain on Alaskan Bush, People fans are left wondering what comes next. Will Noah continue exposing the show's secrets, or will he face pressure, possibly even from his own family, to stay quiet? As speculation swirls, Noah has remained cryptic about his next moves. While he hasn't given a full tell-all interview yet, his hints and online statements suggest that he may not be finished sharing the untold truth. Some fans believe he might be considering a book deal or a documentary project to fully detail his experiences. Others think he may distance himself from the spotlight, entirely focusing on a more traditional life away from reality TV. Meanwhile, the rest of the Brown family has largely avoided direct responses to Noah's claims. Some have continued posting content on social media as if nothing has changed, while others have shared vague messages about family loyalty and perseverance. This silence has only fueled speculation that behind closed doors, tensions are rising. There's also the question of Alaskan Bush People itself. While the show has already lost some of its original appeal, could Noah's revelations deliver the final blow? Some fans argue that Discovery Channel may try to rebrand the series or shift the focus to other family members to minimize the damage. Others believe that viewers now armed with the truth may lose interest entirely. However, reality TV has a history of transforming scandals into ratings gold. Some fans speculate that the Browns could use this controversy to their advantage, perhaps by publicly addressing Noah's claims in a dramatic TV special, or even integrating the family conflict into a future season. Whether they choose to fight back or ignore the drama, their response could determine the show's future. As for Noah, his reputation among fans remains mixed. Some see him as a whistleblower, bravely exposing the truth, while others view him as a disgruntled ex-star with an axe to grind. Either way, his decision to speak out has permanently altered the narrative surrounding Alaskan Bush people. The once beloved tale of a tight-knit wilderness family now looks more like a carefully orchestrated illusion, and fans are left questioning how much of the show was ever real. With so many unanswered questions and rising tensions, one thing is certain. The story of the Brown family isn't over yet, and as long as Noah continues to hint at more secrets, fans will be watching closely, waiting for the next revelation to drop. The fallout, fans, critics, and the internet firestorm. As Noah Brown's revelations spread across social media and entertainment news outlets, the reaction from fans and critics was swift and intense. What was once a reality TV fan base divided into those who felt betrayed, those who had suspected foul play all along, and those who simply enjoyed the spectacle of controversy. For many devoted viewers, Noah's confessions were nothing short of heartbreaking. These were the fans who had followed the Brown family's journey from the beginning, believing in their rugged independence and commitment to an off-grid lifestyle. The show had inspired some to pursue simpler, wilderness-based living, only for them to now question whether they had been idolizing a fabrication. Social media was flooded with reactions from disillusioned fans. Some wrote lengthy posts about how they felt duped by the show, calling it a betrayal of trust. Others expressed disappointment, but admitted they had always suspected some level of exaggeration. A viral Reddit thread titled, "Were we all just scammed by the Brown family?" gained traction, with hundreds of fans venting about their growing skepticism and disappointment. Not everyone was shocked. Many longtime skeptics of Alaskan people saw Noah's confessions as confirmation of what they had suspected for years. Some pointed out inconsistencies in the family's supposed isolation, citing past sightings of them living in regular homes, driving modern vehicles, and shopping at grocery stores despite their on-screen claims of wilderness survival. YouTube channels dedicated to exposing reality TV lies quickly jumped on the controversy. Videos with titles like "The Truth Behind the Brown Family's Alaska Myth" and "We Told You Alaskan Bush People Was Fake" garnered hundreds of thousands of views. Comment sections were filled with viewers sharing their own theories, with some claiming that even Noah's so-called truth might be another strategic move to gain attention. As with any major reality TV scandal, the internet responded with a flood of memes. Twitter users joked about the Browns secretly living in suburban homes with Wi-Fi while pretending to be stranded in the wild. Some used side-by-side images comparing the family's supposed rough living conditions to instances where they were spotted in comfortable modern settings. One particularly viral meme showed a split image. On one side, a rugged, bearded Billy Brown proclaiming his family's self-sufficiency, and on the other, a receipt from a nearby Walmart with the caption, "Alaskan Bush People's Weekly Hunting Trip." Despite the controversy, there were still those who stood by the family. Some fans argued that reality TV always involved some level of exaggeration, and that Noah's revelations didn't necessarily mean the entire show was a sham. Others believed that he was merely airing private family matters for personal gain, accusing him of biting the hand that fed him. The Brown family's most loyal followers defended them fiercely, calling the backlash overblown. A Facebook group titled "Real Fans of Alaskan Bush People" released a statement dismissing Noah's comments as an act of betrayal and urging fans to focus on the family's positive impact rather than the negative press. While fan discussions reached a fever pitch, Discovery Channel remained conspicuously silent. The network, which had heavily marketed the show as a genuine depiction of wilderness survival, now found itself in a difficult position. If they acknowledged the controversy, they risked alienating their audience. If they ignored it, they risked looking complicit. Industry insiders speculated that Discovery executives were closely monitoring the fallout, considering potential damage control strategies. Would they issue a statement? Would they quietly shift focus to other projects? Or, as some fans suspected, would they double down and incorporate the controversy into a future season? With emotions running high and debates raging online. The future of Alaskan Bush. People hangs in the balance. Will Noah reveal even more secrets? Will the Brown family respond directly? And most importantly, will fans ever be able to trust reality TV again? One thing is certain, the conversation is far from over. What do you think? Did you ever suspect this was true? Why or why not? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Until next time.